517.
That one felt good.
That
felt good.
What's going on, guys? It's Chandler here with the channel. Come back to you guys again with another video. Today we will be doing a kickoff of this shotgun right here, a new build, and that is the Mossberg 500. We'll be doing an unboxing of the components and walking through the installation. The Magpul SGA shotgun stock, as you can see here, it comes with a couple spacers for the stock next to the butt pad, and that way you can make it a little bit longer or shorter with your length of pull, however you prefer your setup. With that, it also comes with the hardware required to mount it to the shotgun itself, and then of course the contraband of a Magpul sticker and the stock itself. The second item on our installation today is going to be the Mossberg pick rail mount for the drilled and tapped shotguns like the 500 we've got here. Of course, it comes with your rail, this in a matte finish, and then of course the mounting screws and Allen wrench required to do so. Of course, keep those in a good place where they won't fly everywhere like they did for me. And lastly on the install today is this Esstac shotgun card with adhesive, so that way it can stick to the side so you can carry 6 extra shells on the side of the shotgun. As you can see, the shotgun in question is the Mossberg 500. I've had it for a couple years and I've only recently got into shotgun shooting. Of course, we are safe and clear, as you always should be when working with firearms. What we're going to do first is work on installing this Magpul SGA stock. What you want to do is, first things first, grab a Phillips head screwdriver and go into these 2 holes in the back of the stock. Recessed in those 2 holes are going to be 2 Phillips head screws that you can unscrew from the base of the stock itself. And once you do that, you can take that right off. And when you take that right off, what you're going to find in there is a flathead bolt in the bottom of it that is keeping the stock onto the shotgun itself. So just take a long flathead and unscrew that out, and it should come out really easily. It is a nice long bolt to keep that secured. Secure that together and put it to the side. Kind of take a look at how you're going to put this thing together. As you can see, the screw or the bolt itself is going to be much shorter to mount that to the shotgun due to the steeper angle on the pistol grip. So what you're going to want to do is grab the insert there and put it in the stock to get it ready for mounting to the actual body of the shotgun. As you can see, this screw goes right in here. But first, what we're going to want to do is take that screw, and you can see there's some thread locker on it. However, we're going to put a little bit of extra blue Loctite on there to make sure that we get a good seal. Of course, blue Loctite isn't going to seize it up forever. You can break it free pretty easily. Just a little bit of extra security, as this is a 12 gauge after all. So get that back and lined up, and this is the most frustrating screw that I've pretty much ever installed. And then you just have to maneuver this and line this up to get it as close as you can. There really is no good way to get a quick and easy turn on this. All you have to do is take your time and turn it, basically a quarter a turn at a time. So once you do that, you'll eventually get it tightened up to where you want it to be, and you should be set to go just as such. And boy, does that look a lot better, and the grip angle is a lot better as well. After you get that on there, you want to take this little insert to put over that screw and lock that into place. It should snap right on, and then your stock should be good and ready to go and beautiful, ready to use. So what we're going to do next is we will move on to the next step in installation, and that is going to be our top Picatinny rail from Mossberg to put on top of this 500. As you can see, it's kind of a arc shape on the bottom, and that is to help accommodate for the top of the shotgun. Of course, we are still clear, but you can see it is kind of arc shaped on the top, and you see those screws that it is drilled and tapped for a pick rail, and it will line up just as such. But what you're going to want to do is take a precision flathead to get these bad boys out. Now, they can be tricky to start it sometimes if they've been in there for 8 years like mine has, but go ahead, get those out. Be careful not to lose them. They are extremely small and easy to lose. I'll show you here what one actually looks like. There isn't much to it. It's just a very, very tiny screw that It doesn't have much differential in diameter from the screw head to the rest of the screw, but that's kind of what you're looking at. Once you get all 4 of them out, you'll see the drilled and tapped receiver there. Straight from Mossberg, we'll take our pick rail. Now what you're going to want to do is grab those screws, and as you can see, it does come with 6 screws. We only need 4. That's because this accommodates both series of shotguns. So for the 500 series of shotguns, the pump actions, you want to remove those 2 small screws because the pump action shotguns take all 4 long screws. So we'll do a test alignment here to make sure we're good, start the test threads on a couple of them and see how it goes and see how it lines up. So test a couple of them out, looks like we should be good, so we'll take that off and we'll grab our blue Loctite again and do the same thing. Since this is a 12 gauge, we want to make sure that this guy is going to be secured. So put that in there and start that first screw, line it up, and then it can be a guide for the rest of the screws. Take this, and you don't want to tighten it up too tight at first, of course, because it is the first one. You don't want to over torque it. You just want to get it secured and in there so that rail still has a little bit of wiggle room on it, and you should be good to go. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab the next screw and do the exact same thing. We're going to blue Loctite it and then of course get it installed as well. Once you get that started and installed, the rest of them should go the same way. And that will be all 4 screws. Again, 4 long screws for installation. Do not use short screws on the pump shotguns. Now, of course, what you're going to want to do is go between them and tighten them up incrementally, similar to how you do lug nuts on a tire, so that way it is torqued and tightened evenly. Give us a nice secure fit and a nice finish. However, after putting this on, it does look like a little bit of something's missing, so let's fix that now. Alright, this is better. Now check that out. We had an extra Romeo 5 sitting around, so we're just going to put that on there and get that set up to go, and that looks much better. And lastly, what we're going to do is we're going to install our shotgun card. Take your time with this, clean the side of the receiver, and then, line it up and adhere this to the side of the shotgun. There are other ways of doing it, like rail mount, but Mac had this set up on his and I liked it a lot, so he gave me this one. Then of course what you can do is grab some good old buckshot and put on the side there. It is easier to load these when the card is off the shotgun, but of course it is at first going to be a lot stiffer. It will wear out over time, and I'm kind of curious to see how that wears out over time, to see how well it will retain shells. And that basically is the installation. Super easy. I did want to bring up something that did change after. Unfortunately, I didn't get any footage of it. However, the pump on this Mossberg 500 does come back a little longer than normal. I did have to cut that a little bit up front, so that way the pump could rack all the way back as it's supposed to. It doesn't change anything of how the function of the card works. It just kind of peels it up at the front there and allows the pump to do full motion. But this is the product of the build for now. I do still have some modifications I want to make, but for the time being, this is the best of what I've got. I'm waiting for some parts to come in to continue, but that is where we're going to leave this build for now, and I hope to get some footage out at the range with it. I'm really excited to use it, but that is going to do it for this video, guys. Let us know what you think of this shotgun build so far in the comment section down below. Let us know what you think of shotguns and what your perfect build would be. Keep on the lookout on the channel for the second part of this build here in the near future. I'm hoping I will be able to get some of the parts here after Christmas or so, and then we will be able to finish this build up. I think it will be a 2 or 3 part series. It shouldn't be that much, but I am very excited for this build. I love shooting this shotgun, and I think the modifications are just going to make it that much better. Be on the lookout for this build, Mac shotgun, and maybe even another you may see in there in the very near future. This has been Chandler with Range Day, where every day is Range Day. I hope you all had a fantastic Thanksgiving. Thanks for watching, and have a good one.
The one you had in there was spent.
I'm dead.